Hello, hello everyone. This is Alvin. I am calling for President Donald Trump to please look into the situation of what's happening currently with the former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte and now Mayor of Davao City being held with respect to the cases filed against him by selected few. We call on to you to make a position and for you to help us with the ongoing injustice happening to him when he was not afforded the due process that should be given to everybody, and that we hope that you find it upon yourself, Mr. President, that a long ally, the Philippines, is worth your time and is worth your attention, especially the former President and now Mayor of Davao City, Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Justice Attorney Laila De Lima and Attorney Chel Jokno will be part of the prosecution team. With regards to the impeachment complaint na forward na po sa Senado, ano po yung reaction nyo about that, sir?
Hindi na ako nagtataka. Kasi unang-una, yung resulta ng eleksyon kung saan ang mga puwerso ng kadiliman ay nanalo bilang senador, number 2 at number 4, ay nagpapatunay na nagsabuatan na ang kadiliman at saka kasamaan. So yung pagiging abogado ng De Lima at ng Chel Jokno, iyan ay further proof na yung kadiliman at kasamaan ay sani-puwersa. Pero nagsani-puwersa pa man din sila, tingin ko pa rin, solid pa rin ang taong bayan sa puwersa ng kabutihan. At mananaig pa rin ang mga 2/3. No? At ang resulta nga ng eleksyon ay malinaw. Binabasura na ang Bangag Jr. So sa akin, kahit anong gawin nilang sa buwatan, mananaig pa rin ang kabaitan at kabutihan.
Attorney, yung agam-agam nila na sinasabi nila daw na yung decision in favor of then Secretary Justice De Lima ay na, how do I say that?
Nabaliktad.
Nabaliktad daw.
Well, nakakuha na ako ng kopya ng isang desisyon na nabaliktad ang desisyon ng RTC.
Okay.
Ang problema, ang nakita ko lang dispositive portion na nag-grant yung petition for certiorari ng people of the Philippines laban sa desisyon na pabor kay De Lima. At ino-order ang Regional Trial Court na ipagpatuloy ang pagdinig ng kaso ni Laila De Lima. So bagamat hindi ko pa nakikita talaga yung desisyon at dispositive portion pa lang ang nakikita ko, mukhang nabaliwala ang pagkaka-absulto kay De Lima at haharap na naman siya sa hukuman.
Okay.
Now, kay De Lima at ang kanyang mga kasamang puwersa ng kadiliman, ang aking mensahe, hayaan. Wala kasing sikreto na hindi maisasa publiko. Sinabi ko naman na ang judge na nag-grant ng kanyang petition para siya maabsulto ay estudyante niya. Hindi niya yan pinasinungalingan. Ang sabi lang niya, I do not remember. Na sa akin, incredible. Dahil ako, mas matagal ako nagturo sa kanya, full-time ako, hindi part-time. At walang estudyante ko na naging judge, hindi ko alam. Dahil kada judge na maging na ma-appoint na estudyante mo, that's parang a medal to a professor of law.
Isn't that
ako naniniwala na hindi niya naalala yan. Alam niya yan, at yung isang bagay na yan ay dapat ipinabigay alam sa prosecution at sa madlang bayan.
I was about to ask, sir, isn't that a conflict of interest with
Hindi conflict of interest.
Ano ba yun? Anong term yun, sir?
Alam mo, I think na-deprive ng due process ang people of the Philippines nang hindi na-reveal ang relasyon. That's a ground for disqualification for a judge in special relation. No? Dahil matindi ang relasyon ng law professor at kanyang estudyante. Can you imagine a student convicting a former law professor?
Correct.
Sa akin, hindi. So dapat yan isinapubliko. Now, kung isinapubliko yan at hindi nag-object ang prosecution, wala sanang problema. Pero sinikreto.
Sir, on another note, sabi nila with regards to the hindi pa ayata yung final yung result ng election. Were you even surprised that some senators who happen not to be showing sa tinatawag surveys, bigla na lang napunta doon sa highest, parang highest, hindi highest, considerably high ranking ng top 12 sa Senado.
Well, ang mga ehemplo dyan ay si Senator Bato na palaging nasa 6 to 12 at saka si Marcoleta na hindi nag-figure sa top 12.
Correct.
Well, yan naman talagang resulta ng pagtiwala ng tao kita Tatay Digong. Now, hindi ibig sabihin na dahil hindi mas maraming nanalo sa Duterte 10 ay mahina ang endorsement ng Presidente ang mga boto ng mga Duterte ay napakataas kung ikukumpara mo kung hindi sila na-endorso ni Presidente Duterte. Kaya lang talagang ang politika sa Pilipinas, nandiyan na yung kasikatan at saka nandiyan na yung pera. Pero dahil pumasok naman at naging mas mataas pa si Bato de la Rosa at saka si Marcoleta doon sa inasahan natin, patunay po yan na talagang isinuka ng taong bayan ang mga puwersa ng kadiliman at ng kasamaan, miski sila yung nagsanib puwersa pa. At syempre, ang importante talaga, ligtas na si VP Sara sa impeachment trial dahil meron na tayong 6 na solid at ang pagpipilian na lang natin para sa 2 pang kinakailangan na boto, kailangan lang natin 8 para ma-dismiss yung impeachment trial ay 2 magkapatid Cayetano, 2 magkapatid na Estrada, Mark Villar, Joel Villanueva. So, sa 6 nito, 2 lang kailangan natin para mabasura na yung impeachment complaint. And I think it's in the bag. The VP will not only stay as Vice President, but if I had my way, at kung ang taong bayan talaga ay maghuhusga, baka sooner than 2028, magiging Presidente si VP Sara.
And then after that, attorney, they will have 1 year na parang 1 year ban, hindi sila makafile ng another impeachment complaint.
Yes, there's a 1-year bar. So, the next impeachment that they can file, alam mo may issue pa dyan kasi nasa Korte Suprema pa yan. In fact, hindi pa nare-resolve yung issue na palibasa yung tatlong naunang impeachment complaints ay hindi pinansin ng Kongreso at ang pinansin ay yung pang-apat kung itong pang-apat ay barred ba kasi siya ay in effect the 4th complaint within 1 year. So hanggang ngayon wala pang resulta yan.
Exactly, sub-judice.
Okay, oo, sub-judice pa yan. Okay? So anyway, yan po yung aking mga reaksyon doon sa pinagyayabang nila na ang kadiliman at ang kasamaan ay sasama sa prosecution. Mabuti po yan para mabasura sila, malampaso at makita ng taong bayan kung ganong kawalang merito yung kaso laban kay VP Sara.
Attorney, po na isa pang question.
Yes.
Sabi nila na the biggest show of support talaga ay yung nangyari sa gubernatorial candidacy race sa Cebu. Kasi si now Governor Pam Baricuatro, which was proclaimed already, ano lang siya, silent lang siya. She doesn't have money, she doesn't have this, but she won the gubernatorial race.
Nagpapasalamat po ako sa mga minamahal kong kababayan sa Cebu. Nagpapatuloy lang po yan ang mga Cebuano may prinsipyo, may paninindigan. Hindi nagpapadala sa kasikatan, hindi nagpapadala sa pera dahil limpak-limpak ang pera na ginastos ni Gwen Garcia dahil helicopter dito, helicopter doon dahil binibigay ng isang gambling lord ang kanyang transportation. No? And yet despite that, panalo pa rin si Pam na walang pera, walang track record, walang kasikatan. Nagpapatunay po yan na talagang kapag ang taong bayan ay nanindigan laban sa kasamaan, laban sa kayabangan, laban sa pagkalaki ng ulo, hindi magtatagal sa pwesto ang mga tao nagtaksil sa katapatan o sa trust ng taong bayan. So congratulations, Pam!
Congratulations! Attorney, ano yung masasabi mo sa mga detractors mo na pilit nilang sinasabi na yan, dapat lang ganyanin yan si attorney kasi ganito, ganyan, protector ka daw ng pogo, ganito, at saka ngayon, na-bar daw nila yung application mo for asylum dito sa Netherlands at mismong, sabi nga daw attorney, ang DOJ daw, they will try to intervene with respect to your...
Dear DOJ, please do that para lalong lumakas sa aking petisyon. At sa mga nagpapakalat na fake news pa more! Ay, na deny na asylum, instant deportation na po yan dahil yan ang gusto mangyari ng Marcos. So, mag-ingat po sa mga fake news, lalo na sa mga nagpapapansin na mga taga-Netherlands na hindi walang pumapansin dahil ang lahat ng tao, si Alvin and Tourism lang ang pinapansin. Inggit ka lang kay Alvin and Tourism kaya ikaw nagpapapansin dahil ikaw walang pumapansin sa'yo except pwera ka dito sa Netherlands.
Yun lang ba, wala ka na bang last statement or ano? concluding
Ang
statement.
mga kadiliman at kasamaan, hindi kayo mananaig.
Thank you,
Nandito
attorney.
na po ang liwanag.
Thank you.
Bye-bye!
Saan pa kayo galing? Minnesota pa kayo? Oh my God. How long is the travel from Minnesota? How long is the travel from Minnesota?
12 hours.
12 hours.
12 hours.
Is it like direct flight?
No.
No.
You go through
Connecting
Dallas
flight from Minnesota to Dallas.
Yeah.
And then Dallas to here.
to Amsterdam.
Okay, it's Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Amsterdam. You're actually staying in Amsterdam right now?
No,
Or?
we're staying here in Hague, but
In
we
The
had to
Hague.
take the train down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you staying here for how many days?
We're gonna be here till Sunday now.
Oh, okay.
We just extended our stay for 1 day so we can attend the 17, this coming 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
So,
So we got extended. Yeah,
Well, do you know the situation with our former president?
I do.
Yeah. Do you have any reservations, or you have any thoughts about that, or are you convinced that he's definitely experiencing what we call political persecution at the moment?
By far, political persecution, absolutely. As
Yeah,
what Marcos
exactly.
administration did to him is unthoughtful.
Yeah.
We have due process right in the Philippines. They could have done everything right there in the Philippines.
And exactly because ICC, with
Yeah.
regards to its member state, United States is not part of ICC. Of
Right.
the ICC, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Do you have any opinions or some sort of thoughts with regards to that? Because we are no longer an ICC member state since the 17th of March 2019.
That's right.
So we are exerting our that they no longer hold jurisdiction with respect to us because
Right.
we're a sovereign state.
Right, exactly.
However, back in history, America actually colonized the Philippines, but in the same way that Japan, also Spain did.
Yeah.
But at the moment, we are sort of being colonized because they are illegally detaining somebody who,
Yes,
by the way, was
yes.
very much loved and very much adored by not thousands but millions.
As an American, I felt very safe down there at the time. Now I don't feel safe there no more.
Exactly.
With
Yeah.
Marcos there, no, I don't feel safe no more,
Yeah.
I felt very safe when Turkey was there because he took away all the smoking in public spaces.
Yeah.
He got rid of all the crime, the shabu, and all that stuff.
That's correct. Yeah.
And now we're just we're living political prosecution with him.
Yeah.
And we want him out. We want him back home. And if Vice President Sarah and Kitty, you see this,
Yeah.
believe us, the USA we stand behind you 100% as well. We love you guys.
But we are hoping that your president, President Trump, will make a statement with regards to what seems to be a power play, a show of power play by an institution which by the way holds no jurisdiction over the sovereign state like the Philippines.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're exactly correct.
if they can do this to a former president and now mayor of Davao City,
Right.
what can they do to a normal person?
Exactly. Do it to anybody. Right.
Yeah,
That's what we need to have stopped.
Yeah.
I really believe that the Philippines is no longer a member of the ICC. So the ICC violated their own rules, and also the Philippines they are violating. They surrender our Philippine citizens.
Yeah.
here. And that is bad to surrender a Filipino.
I'll take a photo with sir.
Ay, ako pala. Sandali. Ay, nandun
Dito kayo. Ay, ang cellphone niyo, Daddy.
Sir, smile, sir. Oh, Ma'am Betty, dito ma'am.
From Australia. From Australia.
Ang ganda ng picture niyo, sir.
Send mo na sa akin.
Nandito po ngayon si former Executive Secretary Miguel Dea, Attorney Harry Roque, Paulo, the son of Attorney Miguel Dea, the wife Ma'am Betty, and also the Filipino community all over the world. They are from the United States. They are from Australia. So definitely people visiting the Duterte Street travel all the way from different parts of the world. These are not paid people, and they are definitely spending their hard-earned money, and I'm again showing my face. Hello everyone. This is Alvin. I am calling for President Donald Trump to please look into the situation of what's happening currently with the former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte and now Mayor of Davao City being held with respect to the cases filed against him by selected few, we call on to you to make a position and for you to help us with the ongoing injustice happening to him when he was not afforded the due process that should be given to everybody, and that we hope that you find it upon yourself, Mr. President, that a long ally, the Philippines, is worth your time and is worth your attention, especially the former president and now mayor of Davao City, Rodrigo Roa Duterte.